Welcome back to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. Our focus today has been on homelessness. My next guest, they reach into the community to help restore hope by empowering and inspiring individuals in need. Eva Welch and Shelly Sarasin, they're co-founders of the nonprofit organization Street Angels. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here. And right off the bat, let's talk about how Street Angels Milwaukee Outreach actually got started.
So Shelly and I actually met when we were both volunteering at a community warming room at a church. And we spent the whole winter volunteering with the folks, and we met a lot of people, we made a lot of friends, and at the end of the winter we were like, but where do you guys go from here? Who checks on you? Where do you eat? Who brings you dinner? Where do you get blankets? And a lot of the answers that we were getting were no one, nothing. So we decided to load up the back of Shelly's car with hot meals and whatever else we could find, blankets, and we went out on a mission to find our friends.
Wow, I love that. So you've been doing this for how long now?
Just about 4 years.
4 years. Yeah. And you've seen some really tough winters. I mean, this past one was really nothing to play with, you know. So when you're dealing with the cold versus the hot weather, you're dealing with different issues, but both are concerning, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So you provide food, clothing, blankets, and hygiene items to people who are in need, like you said, but you actually get into your Street Angels truck or van, and you hit the road and you look for people who look like they may need some help with some resources. Describe what a typical day is like for you.
So yeah, we actually have 2 now, transportation buses.
Awesome.
We've outfitted the back. We took some seats out and put some shelving in. So both buses have shelving units on either side that are full of bins that are all marked clothing as far as sizes and hygiene items and the blankets, and we have tents. We meet at our building at about 5 in the evening. Our volunteers show up. It's almost like a parade of people. Somebody's coming to drop off hot meals. Somebody's coming to drop off lunches, somebody's coming to drop off water, the volunteers are showing up. And then half hour, 45 minutes later, we're hitting streets. We've been traveling the same route or similar for the whole 4 years. So many people know where to find us and when to find us.
Okay.
So even if it's somebody we haven't seen in a few months, we try to stay consistent where if they need our help again, they know where to find us.
Yeah, and the people who have been utilizing all of the great things that you're offering, maybe if somebody new comes along, they probably pass the word along that you guys will be there to help. What are some of the things that you look for when you're in the van? I mean, does something catch your eye where you say, you know what, we need to stop and check on this particular person?
I mean, there's obvious situations. But I think we've actually learned not to do that. In the beginning, you know, there were times where it's like anybody with a backpack we were approaching, and it was like, okay, maybe that's not the way. So I think a lot now, I mean, like I said, there's the obvious situations, but now that we're more established, you know, people are seeking us out, not where we are seeking them out anymore.
So I mentioned in the last segment that, you know, the statistics are showing that homelessness numbers are going down, and there are less people on the streets, are in shelters. But the truth of the matter, or the reality I should say, is that we're starting to see more of the tent cities, so to speak, or the camps pop up in different areas of town. And I think there are some specific areas in Milwaukee where people expect to see the tents and to see individuals under the viaduct or under the bridge. And talk about, if you would, really how we all should be approaching this situation, because it's not okay at the end of the day. Yeah.
None of it's okay. I think as a community, we all need to advocate together for more resources. There's not enough low-income housing. There's not enough adequate housing. We're seeing people who were on the streets a year ago return to the streets because their place is just uninhabitable. So, I mean, there's so many factors that go into why people are sleeping under these bridges that need to be addressed. Otherwise, we're never going to solve the problem.
Yeah. And so when we look at some of the issues, talk about what some of the situations have been that you've run into.
As far as why people are on the streets?
Yeah.
It's very wide. I mean, everybody's situation is different.
Right.
We've had people that have been sick and lost their jobs and lost their homes. We've had people that have been, dependent on their parents their whole lives. Their parents have passed away. We've had people that have been divorced and kind of just lost. I mean, there's just, it's
A plethora of storylines.
Yes, everybody's story is different.
Yeah, and I ask you to share that because, like I said earlier, everybody thinks they understand, what situation leads to homelessness. They think, oh, mental health, drugs, alcohol. It's not always those particular things, although those do play a role in many people's
They're
situations.
usually co-occurring. We've done some research and learned that most of the folks that are homeless and drug addicts, the drug addiction was kind of an effect of becoming homeless. They're not homeless because they were drug addicts. They're
It's
drug
a way
addicts
of
because they're
numbing your
homeless.
situation
Yes.
and
Correct.
being able to deal.
Yes.
Understandable. So with all the things that you provide to individuals on a daily basis, you rely on what I call a village. So you said you have all these people that show up with, whether it's hot meals, blankets, clothing, whatever the case. What is it that someone at home watching can do to help make a difference or to, make your mission a little easier?
On our website, we have all of our volunteer slots listed, which would include making hot meals, making bag lunches. But outside of those opportunities, there's always, making snack bags, non-perishable snack bags that we can bring out that they can stick in their backpack and they can have something in a day or two.
Or just helping us. I mean, something as little as coming and rolling and labeling donations on Fridays with us. Not only will you learn more about homelessness, because that's all we really talk about there, it makes it really easy to stock our buses. You get to learn, what we do hands-on, and build up to possibly going out on the streets with us.
And so you guys, I'm sure, work with a lot of other organizations
We do.
around the city as resources for individuals, depending on what it is that they are in need of.
Yeah.
So who are some of the people you work with, and why is it important for you to collaborate in this way?
So we work closely with Milwaukee County Housing First. It's not our mission to go out there and hand out a tent. It's what we can do at the moment. But what we further do when we meet these people is we get their names, we get their dates of birth, we find out where they stayed last night. We enter that into the database, so therefore someone can follow up with them to figure out, do they want to go into shelter? Is there shelter available? Is there another resource for them that's our main goal, is to get them off the streets.
We don't have those tangible resources, what we have to offer. A lot of times I think that it's not about what's on the bus. It's about the consistency that we're able to offer. For many of them, they've said, we're the closest thing to family that they've ever had.
Wow. So you do build relationships, I'm
course,
guessing,
yes.
with
These
individuals.
are our friends.
Yeah, that
They're
you
not
deal
our
with
clients,
every day.
they're our friends.
I
yeah.
love that. That's a strong word,
It is, it
friend,
is.
because you really are probably taking a lot of people's situations home in your hearts, in the back of your minds. It's hard not to, right?
Yep.
So I love your shirts.
Thank
Hope
you.
Dealer. I mean, that's as good as it gets, really. So your Street Angels outreach team, you understand the importance of connecting with individuals. You've just talked about that, calling individuals you work with every day your friend. And you've gone as far as to live on the street for a 48-hour period to better understand what it's like to walk in someone else's shoes. So I would be very interested in knowing what that was like. Go ahead and please tell us about it.
Well, our next one will be coming up in fall.
Okay.
So we're looking forward to it. This will be our third year doing it. The first year we did it, it was a very quiet. It was just, we really wanted to experience what it was like. It's hard to serve someone and understand their needs and fulfill those needs when you've never experienced it. So last year, I believe it was October, we stayed downtown for 48 hours. The year before that, actually in January, we did 48 hours in one of the camps in the woods, and it was so rough that we decided it's not going to happen in January anymore. So, you know.
See, and that's the thing. Like, I think it's amazing.
We get to choose.
Yeah,
Right.
it's amazing that you make the decision to say, you know what, we want to know what it feels like to walk a mile in individuals' shoes. But at the end of the day, you can say, you know what, this is not a good time. Let's go home.
Right.
You know, and that's what we all have to understand, that
Right.
people don't have those options.
Right.
They don't get to say, oh, it's nice out tonight. I think I'll sleep here.
Yeah.
Right.
It's an ongoing
That's, yeah.
struggle
They don't have
and
the
battle.
choice. You know, it is what it is. Many of them walk until they can't walk anymore, and that's where they sleep. The first year we did it in January. That's actually why we made the decision to do it in January.
Mm-hmm.
There were some on the team that were saying, oh, we should wait until it's warmer. And our exact words were, they don't get to choose when they're going to be homeless. They don't get to choose that, oh, it's January, I'm going to wait till April to be homeless. You know, it doesn't. They don't
And
get
then
that.
you think about the warmer months, and you've got mosquitoes and everything
Yes.
else. So it's like one thing
Yeah.
after another.
Yep.
And I've been watching the work that you ladies do over the years, and I always see news snippets of, you know, great work that you're doing, and I'm so glad to have you here today. So I wanted to mention that you have a new location, and that you've gone from being an all volunteer-based organization to having a full-time staff. So that's growth, and that deserves a congratulations.
Thank you.
Talk about the new location, where it's located, and all those good things.
Well, our new building, because like you said, prior to this, we were operating out of our homes and storage units. So essentially, we were homeless for 3.5
Angels.
years. Street Angels was homeless. And we got our first facility back in April. We're located at 445 West Oklahoma Avenue. It's not really easy to find, but we do have a new sign out there, so hopefully people can find us. But it's been fantastic to have stability and to have consistency, you know, for ourselves. We're able to serve better. We're able to do better. More people are able to help us do that. So it's been really great.
You make a great point. So correct me if I'm wrong, 3,000 square feet of space that you call your wall of dreams, huh?
It is our wall of dreams.
Yeah.
We did a strategic planning meeting, and we did this huge wall of dreams, and I think within
6 months.
less than 6 months, we're like, oh my goodness, we need a whole new wall. it all happened at one time, you know. So
it's a blessing. When you're a blessing to others, the blessings flow to
Yes.
you.
And they
You're a
have
great
been, and they
example
have
of
been.
that. Real quick, we got just about under a minute. Anything else you want to share with our viewers today? Maybe you got some fundraisers coming up. I don't know. Anything you want to let them know about?
Well, definitely, you know, check out our website or our Facebook page. Our Facebook page is kind of where all the magic happens.
Okay.
When before this, you know, people would say, "Where's your facility?" And we're like, "Facebook." We have over 6,000 followers on Facebook, so you know, if you are interested in helping us out, our website or Facebook is the best way to get in contact
so they
with
can
us.
just go to Street Angels on Facebook. Perfect stuff.
You can
Thank
message
you
us
both.
right from either Facebook or our website. So
Thank you both so much
Thank you
for
for
all that
having
you
us.
do,
Yes.
and congratulations
Thank
on your
you.
success.
Thank
Eva
you.
Welch and Shelly Sarasin, they're co-founders of the Street Angels Incorporated Milwaukee Outreach. You can visit their website at streetangelsmke.org or give them a call at 414-369-3688. That's going to do it for today's show. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope you join us again next week as we take another look at our issues, Milwaukee. Have a great day.